Man, got around. Savage Prison Tales here. Hey, welcome back to the channel, guys, where I give it to you real and raw and tough as steel. So you, my friend, know the deal. As metal sharpens metal, man sharpens man. You come over this channel, I'm giving the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth about maximum security prison, life, women, relationships, corporate America, and the government. So that henceforth from today, you shall no longer be beguiled, lied to, or misled, because you can make informed and educated decisions that will affect the rest of your life, guys. So without further ado, we're going to get into the topic of today's video, which is, in maximum security prison, if you have fear, you must hide it, or giant men will tell you to ride it when their pole is hard and lubed with lard. Hey guys, before I get into the topic of today's video, I gotta let you know this is my last week here in Southeast Asia, man. I finally got my my ECC clearance, and it can stand for one of two things: either exit country certification or immigration certificate. ECC, immigration certification of clearance. Either way, man. Depending on how you Google it, that's what it means. You've been fingerprinted, dude, and background checked and cleared through the NBI, which is the National Bureau of Investigation or whatever. That you know you're not a menace, and then you're free to go. You don't have any outstanding debts or loans or things of that nature, outstanding warrants. Because a lot of, hey, dude, I'm gonna tell you something, man. A lot of foreigners come over here. And I don't want to be, I don't want to typecast people. What I've seen is, it's mostly the American dudes come over here, man, and they got nefarious intentions, man. No, that's not true. It's not just Americans. There's a lot of Americans and Europeans, Canadians, Australians. And I'm not trying to pick on like white people or Caucasian people, but a lot of them come over here to take advantage of these underage girls, man, because they're impoverished, so they offer them money, and a lot of them be marrying these girls 11, 12, 13, 14, dude. Like, it's not cool what they do, and you know, exploiting them and stuff, dude. And it's just crazy what's happening. So the government's been cracking down. That's why it took so long for me to get my ECC. I'm not saying I was involved in it. I got a lovely girlfriend, man. We ain't been together for 3 years. But, you know, they checking all foreigners, man, because foreigners be over here doing some crazy shit, man. That's what I know of. I don't know if they be involved in drug traffic, because I think the drug trade is locked down. They killing over here. Like, I know gang members in America be killing, and the drug dealers over here is a whole different level, dude. They execute you in broad daylight. And the problem is, a lot of the cats that kill you are off-duty police officers, man. So they got a license to kill. They off-duty, and they might dress in black. They on a motorcycle just like in the movie, and the motherfucker give a motherfucker give you their picture, give them your picture, and give them, like, you know, 500 pesos or something, which is like $50 or something, or maybe it's 5,000 pesos. Let's say it's $100. And they know where you live, and they wait for you to go to the store. Dude ride up on a motorcycle and just pop you. Bah! You dead. He rides off. And then even if they catch him, he's off duty police officer. Ain't nothing gonna happen. There's a lot of corruption here. I don't want to go into that because there'll be problems with this video. I don't want no problems, but I just want to let you guys know this time next week I'll be in the United States looking after my mom and her disabled husband, who's not my dad. And he's got dementia and loss of his bowels and things, and just messed up, man. So anyway, man, I'm gonna do my due diligence, but I wanted to thank you guys for following me over here and subbing to the channel and sharing the channel with other people, man, so we can help the youths to make good informed decisions, because, man, your time is the most valuable thing that you got. And you don't want to waste it rotting away in prison, man, following some old gay drug addict telling you what to do to mess off your life, because he done messed his off, man. So let's get into the topic of today's video, man. I want to talk to you guys specifically, man, about if you have fear and you're in maximum security prison. And I'm going to be honest with you, man. That maximum security prison is a fear-based environment. Everyone in there has fear, man, but it's just different levels of fear, and people fear different things. I want to talk about the most common ones because I had fear of getting my manhood taken, so that's why I overreacted with violence. And now that I look back at it, you know, when they say when you're in the heat of battle, sometimes you can't think clearly. That's why I tell you guys to practice stoicism and count to 10 and think, you know, measure twice and cut once. I tell you guys just to try to relax, think yourself through the situation, because in the heat of battle, you overreact. So when I was in maximum security prison, I had a price on my head because I had shot some cats, man, in these drug wars, and they got homies and brothers and cousins and uncles and everybody that related, because it's generational criminal activity in California. It's generations, dudes. The granddad, the dad, the uncle, the sons, the grandsons, the cousins, the nephews, everybody. So I had a target on my head, dude, a price on my head. So every time somebody did something that made me, that ignited my fear, I just would react in some over-the-top violence. And now that I'm not in the heat of battle, I look back on it, maybe I could have resolved it differently, but that's water under the bridge. But I want to talk to you about the most common fears. So I want to share something with you, man. I've been since I unplugged from the internet for 1 week to get all my paperwork for my ECC. I had to do a lot of paperwork for my ACR, which stands for Alien Registration Card, dude. And I had to do my my fingerprints from the barangay, and I had to do my previous visa extensions. I had to do a lot of stuff, man. So I unplugged from the internet. I got to read some really cool books. So I want to tell you about this one book. It's called The Art of War. And it's by this great warrior, this Chinese warrior, man. His name is Sun Tzu. And in Sun Tzu and The Art of War, it's the art of fighting without fighting. So how does that tie into this video? So in maximum security prison, man, a lot of people are weak from drug addiction, dude. That's a weakness, man. And they ended up getting incarcerated behind it. A lot of people, man, they got addiction from gambling. I know this specifically living in Vegas before I moved here. Hey, man, in Vegas, dude, like you go to the strip and it's got all the lights and the shows and the free food and the beautiful people and the entertainers and the ballers. It reminds me of Florida, man, but on steroids. You got all the big ballers there, everybody just flossing, Lamborghinis, Ferrari, Bugattis, Rolls Royces, all that. Satan the Sinner's out there with his phony ass. And what happens, dude, is you see all the lights and the glamour, and you get caught up in it. You're trying to make this fast money. You're like, oh, man, you too can be a millionaire making money like me. Play these slot machines. So you playing the slot machines, or you playing poker. A lot of dudes became multi-millionaires from playing poker. I heard the dude, what's his name? The white dude. He's a famous white dude. Dan Blazerian or whatever it is. He's got the beard and the mohawk. He bangs a lot of women and he shoots a lot of weapons, and he's a martial artist. Dan Blazerian, whatever his name is. I heard he made millions from playing poker. So a lot of cats go to Vegas, man, to try to come up. The problem is this. Listen, guys. The house always wins. What does that mean? Well, those of you been following me for a while, you know I'm a retired IT professional. And when I got to Vegas, I got friends, man, and IT guys all over the world, man. Whenever I get somewhere, I'm not saying I'm famous, but I'm well known because of my IT acumen. They was like, hey, LG, we can get you a job in the casino making $150K. Because just so you guys know, all the slot machines, all the different machines in the casino, even the cars, all that is controlled by a computer algorithm. What will happen, they'll let this dude next to you win, and then he'll hit big, and so that motivates you to keep hitting, because it's called random, what is it called? Random reward system. Google it, the gambling random reward system. You never know when you're going to hit, so you see the dude next to you hit, then you see the old lady over there hitting means they hit big, and then you just putting your money up. Then next thing you know, you did your mortgage money, your car insurance, your car payment, and now you stuck in Vegas homeless, and those dudes start robbing people, man, and then they get on drugs because they depressed, so they start robbing people. Another weakness is from alcohol, man. I know a lot of cats in prison that I knew personally was in there for vehicular manslaughter, dude, drunk driving, and they were just a good dude, like a carpenter dude, or uh, a plumber, or electrician dude, or IT dude, or even lawyers and doctors, man. You drink too much, bro. You think you can handle it. You at a corporate party, you drinking. There's free liquor, you drinking it. And you know, it's one thing when you sit down and drink, dude, and you feel like you can handle your liquor. It's a whole nother thing to get up and then it hits you, and then you don't drink coffee or anything, and you get in your car and it's at night, bro, and your reflexes are slowed, and then you T-bone somebody or you head-on collision somebody. And just so you guys know, you can do the statistics. Normally, when a drunk driver or somebody's intoxicated gets into an accident, it's the other people that die, not the drunk driver. Why? Because he's drunk. He's like, hey, motherfucker, man. He's very loose and he relaxes. He goes with the impact where other people are like, holy shit, Fred. And they tense up. Another weakness is a lust, man. A lust for the flesh, carnal desires. And I appreciate you guys' comments, man, when I made the video about the transgender dudes in prison, the transvestites that look beautiful like women with fat butts and juicy titties and poker, you know, what's that called? Those plump lips like Angelina Jolie, and they taking hormones, dude, and they look long hair, man, and just looking like a woman, bro. But you got to pinch yourself and say that you in prison, you're in the men's prison. Ain't no women in there. But the lust, man, it's a lust spirit. It's a lust demon. I call it the incubus or succubus. You have a weakness, and I was reading this book, and it explains to. I want to explain this to you guys. This is what the book says. I'm not an expert on it, even though I have been possessed by demons since I've been what's it called, exercise. So I feel light and free. But when I was possessed by demons, they talk to you. But I want to share with you about demon possession and evil spirits. The evil spirit or the demon or the devil, whatever you want to call it, man. They can only make suggestions to you. It's up to you to give in to your proclivity for whatever your weakness is. They know your weakness because they study humans for the last 100,000 years. So they know him. They study you. If you live in a lifestyle of debauchery, dude, they study you because you got the door open to invite demons into your life, right? Or evil spirits. So they study you. And all they can do is give you suggestions. I mean, I've never been possessed by demons. And when I'm saying possessed, they was in my body, but it's not a possession where they make you go and kill somebody. They'll suggest stuff to you based on knowing your characteristics. Like they suggested to Richard Ramirez, hey, climb into the window at night because you're a beautiful man. And when the women see you, man, just go ahead, man, and grape them real good. And then slice open their chest and eat their heart and then dismember them and store their head and body parts and eat later. Or they'll tell Tim Bundy, hey, man, you're a pretty man. You deserve all the women. Just lure them into the woods, man, and chloroform them and tie them up and beat them and grape them. And then go ahead, man, and then devour their flesh. Or like the Jeffrey Dahmer, go to the gay club because you're gay. And you go ahead and you get the gay boys and you eat them. Or what's the dude's name? John Wayne Gacy, the dude, the original clown, man. When you see this movie, it's based on John Gacy. He was possessed by demons, and he would just go after young boys. He had a construction company. He would get all the young homeless boys to work for him, and then he'd butt fuck them and then eat them and then bury them underneath his whatever kind of a construction job he had. Like, you know how you build a foundation? He would bury them in the foundation. Google it, guys. So then the last weakness is a lack of self-control, man. And that can cover a gamut of all these different things, but all lack of self-control means is you don't have the ability to regulate your feelings or emotions, man. And you're like a fucking leaf in the wind. And anybody can trigger you and make you get mad or happy or sad. You're easily influenced by outside influences. You're easily beguiled or led. You got to have self-control. So these are all weaknesses. So what I'm trying to say, in maximum security prison, man, if you have fear, you must hide it, or giant men will tell you to write it when their pole is hard and lube with lard. And the pole is just a metaphor for their baloney pony when they're hard, their penis is hard, because Men in prison is always horny, dude. They just nasty motherfuckers. They always living on that carnal level, that animal brain level. And so, man, when you have a weakness, it's actually like a fear, right? You have a fear of being exposed. But see what happens when you get to maximum security prison, you get in with your homies or your people or your group or your barrio or your hood. All of a sudden you become comfortable, you get relaxed. In maximum security prison, you never want to be relaxed because nobody's your friend, nobody's coming to save you, nobody's watching your back. It's you against the world, man. You got to rely on yourself. So never get comfortable, never get relaxed. Because then when you get relaxed, you allow your fear, man, to take over, man. You give in to your weakness. And then you start getting involved with the drugs, man, gambling, alcohol. They got alcohol in prison. It's called Pruno, man. They got drugs in prison. They got all kind of drugs in prison, from crystal meth to ecstasy to fentanyl to heroin, the cocaine, the crack. I've even heard they got steroids in prison. I've never seen it myself. I have seen the crack cocaine and the cocaine and the heroin and the ecstasy. When I was in prison, they didn't have fentanyl, but I've seen all kind of people using drugs, man, and crystal meth and all kind of uppers and shit, man. So this is what I want to tell you, man, about this, man. In maximum security prison, if you have fear, you must hide it, or giant men will tell you to ride it when their pole is hard and lubed with lard. In maximum security prison, man, there's 3 different lubrications they use on your butt cheeks. One is lard from the kitchen, man. It's called, and you can Google it, it's called Crisco. I don't know why they came up with the name Crisco, but it's the lard that they put when they're going to be like frying food and stuff. But the lard, man, is kind of hard, but you hold it in your hand, it gets warm, and then they lube up their fucking baloney pony, and they make you put some on your butthole so it can slide in, dude. Another one they use is baby oil, because you can get baby oil, man. Some dudes, their skin is ashy. And then a lot of dudes, man, to get Vaseline, whether they use it for their hair or their skin or whatever, and they'll use that on your butt cheeks, man. So that's what I'm saying. Their pole is hard, and they lube it with lard. They're getting it ready, man, because they want to be a smooth entry into your fucking young cheeks. So here's the whole thing, man. Sun Tzu tells you to act strong when you are weak. So I want to leave you guys with this very powerful message today. In maximum security prison, if you have fear, you must hide it, or giant men will tell you to ride it when their pole is hard and lubed with lard. When you have a fear of having your weakness exposed, dude, you got to remember what Sun Tzu says, man. You have to fucking appear weak. You have to appear strong when you're weak. So when you're around these dudes, man, in maximum security prison, and you see them using drugs, man, you'll see them on the yard using drugs, man. The police know. The correctional officers know. You know, they correctional officers sometimes bring in most of the drugs, man. This is a true story. So you walk in the yard or you walking around the day room, you see dudes using drugs. It's just like drug dealers on the street. They want to give you a free taste to get you hooked, because once you're hooked, it's just like when I did crack cocaine, that first hit, hey man, it beams you up to the Starship Enterprise, man. Your ears ring like this, guys. And you have like an out-of-body experience, man. Like, you know, I don't know if you ever see these movies where these people, like, they got these jumper movies where these guys have the ability to jump from here. Like the Incredible Hulk, he can jump from here over to the top of a building. Well, you jump, it's like in the movie The Matrix, you jump outside of your body, dude. And you're up in the air looking down at yourself. You beamed up to the Enterprise, and then you had this out-of-body euphoria, man, this moment, man, where you just feel really light. You feel no pain, dude. And you feel tingly and alive. And it lasts of all of 5 minutes, and then you come back down into your body. Wow. And then you just lay back like you're fucking high as a motherfucker, man. Wow, man. That only lasts about 15 minutes. Like you got the euphoria for 5 minutes, out of body, come back down, wow, you're inside your body, woo, wait. Then you got 15 minutes of the high before it subsides, and that's why motherfuckers be hooked on crack. It's called chasing the dragon. They now say that with crystal meth, but I know when I was on crack, you chasing that hit. So you keep hitting it, trying to get there, but you never get as high as that first hit. So in maximum security prison, guys offer you drugs. They give you drugs. It's called a taster. It's like marketing to get you hooked. The same thing, your homeboys who you think is your homeboys, they say, hey, Holmes, we're having a party, Holmes. Because homeboy, man, he's going home tomorrow, Vato. So we're going to have a going away party, Holmes. Come to my cell, Holmes. We're going to have Pruno, Holmes, and Zoom Zooms and Wham Whams and Soups, Holmes, and Vato. We will even have some heroin, Holmes, and some crystal meth, Holmes. So then you get in there, man, and you drink that. Let's say your drug of choice is alcohol. You hit that alcohol, that Pruno. Pruno's very powerful from what I hear. I never drink it. But you hit that, man, now you're hooked on the dude, or whether you're doing the crystal meth or the heroin. If you're doing heroin, you really hooked. They be sharing needles in there. Don't listen to what these people say in the comments. That's why a lot of dudes get Hep V and Hep C and HIV. Once you get HIV, man, it can lead to AIDS, and you don't give a fuck about going up in another man's butthole. You're going to die anyway, because they don't give you the AIDS medicine in prison, dude. So anyway, man, if you guys stuck with me this far, give me a thumbs up for the video, man. Leave a comment in the comment section about, man, what you might fear and how you can learn to hide it. If you're familiar with Sun Tzu, man. And most importantly, man, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification all button so you know when I'm gonna be posting. Because now I think I'm gonna schedule like once a week, dude. I'm on some way heavy shit. Like before, I thought I was on some heavy shit, but then I was worried about the likes and the views and the subs, because YouTube was paying me, dude, and I was trying to get my channel to grow so I can get that YouTube plaque. But now, dude, I'm just waiting to get to the United States, because I'm actually going to move over to Rumble. I just have to get my mom situated after her surgery. So probably in about a month or two, more likely 2 months, I'm going to be over on Rumble. I'm just going to use YouTube. This channel is a feeder to go over to my Rumble channel. But until next time, Savage Prison Tales out.